Oops. Chumash and Rashi, folks. Torah portion. Lech Lecha, the third Torah portion. We get to live with Avram Avinu, the first Jew, for the entire week. Abraham, our forefather. Let's get right into it. Hashem el Avram, and Hashem said to Avram, Lech Lecha, go for yourself, from your land, and V'ladecha from your place of birthing, from your father's home, to the land that I will show you. Rashi, Lech Lecha. Go for yourself, for your own benefit, for your own. It's going to be for your own pleasure, for your own benefit. Actually, Noscha means pleasure. Means for your benefit. Sham, there, where you're going to go, I'm going to make you into a great nation. Where's there? The land of Israel. Here you will not merit children. And further. Furthermore, you will benefit by going. I will make your name known in the world. And I'm going to make, So continues Rashi, from your land, halakvar yatsa misham. Didn't he already, in last week's parsha, he left with his father from Haran, right? That was already last week, it said. So what does it mean? Ella kachamar lo hisrachek misham v'tzei mebeis avicha. Means go further from where you are and leave, actually, your father's home.
Which was in Haran.
No, his father moved from Haran.
Oh, okay.
That's the question, Artzacha, right? Didn't he already leave from Haran? I'm sorry. Sorry, he came till Haran. Right. I'm sorry. Yes. So leave from there. Asher Reka, to the land that I will show you. He didn't reveal to him. It says until the land I will show you. He didn't say Eretz Canaan.
Yeah.
Right? Why? Didn't reveal it to him. Yad. In order it should be precious in his eyes, in Avram's eyes. To give him reward for every single command. And similar concept we see as we see later on when he tells him to bring Yitzchak as an offering, right? So your son, your only one, the one that you love, Yitzchak. 4 different, you could just say Yitzchak, right? Right. In other words, he's getting reward for each statement, right? 4 instead of just 1, for fulfilling the 4 things that he said rather than the 1 thing he said. Similarly, we find to one of the mountains that I will show you. Right, also there in that story. Right, similarly, we find, and I admonish it with the admonition that I will tell you. That's in Yain. Okay. And I'm going to make you into a great nation. Right, Goy means nation.
Yeah.
Right?
We learned this from Rabbi. Should we go see Lech Lecha?
Oh, you should know this well now, right? And I will bless you, and I will make your name great, and you will be a blessing. Rashi, gonna make you into a great nation. Why does he need such a blessing? Because the journey causes 3 negative things to happen to those who travel. You diminish in reproduction, right? In other words, having children when you're always constantly traveling,
Yeah.
right? Is a moment also diminishes money, right? Because you're not, consistently day in day out making a livelihood because of the travels. That is a shame. It also diminishes your name, right? Because you're always going to a new place. You can't build on your name. Like therefore, Avram needed these 3 blessings. that God promised him alabanim regarding having sons, alamamin and regarding money, alashim and regarding his reputation. And this is what it means that I will make your name great. Right?
So there's three blessings that are incorporated into that one blessing.
Well, no, let's see. No, because he said three different things. Right? He said three different things. This is Areini Ma'asev al Shmecha.
I see, yeah.
Right, that means Agad l'shmecha. I'll make your name great. I'm going to add a letter to your name because now he's called Avram, not Avraham, right? Without the hey. Because until now, Shimcha Avram. Until now, your name is Avram. Mikan ve'elav, but thereafter, which is not right now. So it's interesting how, it's not playing itself out now.
Yeah.
You're going to be Abraham. Avram the numeric value of Avram is 248, corresponding to the 248 organs of the individual. Okay. And I'm going to bless you. Right. So here, the first thing is I'm going to make you a great nation. That's your name is going to be great. That's one of the things, right? When you travel, and I'm going to bless you. Next Rashi.
Wait, sorry, but that one's going against because it's saying that when you're traveling, there's three things that you can.
Well, so the first one was in the first Rashi. We just learned.
So
now, the other next words in the verse is I'm going to bless you. What does that mean? I'm going to bless you, the moment with wealth, Yay bracha, and you will be a blessing. So interesting. Excuse me. Thank you. So you're going to be a blessing. What does it mean? You're going to be a blessing. Bracha. Habrachas nesunas biyadecha. The blessings. Now, you're the source of blessings now. Why? Because I'm giving over the blessings in your hands. That's what Rashi's explaining, right? Till now, the source of blessings in my hands. Is Adam. I blessed Adam. There's Noach. But you, from now on, but you should bless who you want. Right? Powerful. It's given over to the Jewish people. That's why the nations of the world heed. Bless the Jewish people, you get blessed. Alternatively, to explain what these words mean, I'm going to make you into a great nation. This is referenced in the Shemona Esrei. We said the God of Abraham, right? God, the God of Abraham, and I will bless you. Meaning I will bless you. That's going to be your son. And we say in the Shemona Esrei, the God of Yitzchak, the God Lishmecha, and I will make your name great. I'll make your name great. Yaakov, that means the God of Yaakov. You might think that I'm going to conclude with all of the three patriarchs and conclude with all of them. Talmud Leimar, it says, Bracha, in the end of the verse, it says, you will be a blessing, which implies, we're going to conclude with you, and not with them. That's what we say, right? Magain, Avram, at the end of the first bracha of Shemona Esrei, right?
Yeah.
Right? So that's a different way to understand this verse. Why Rashi brings that, which doesn't seem to be the simple meaning at all, right? As a matter of fact, it seems to be very distant from a simple meaning, right? We need the Rebbe Sich on that, which is not now. Verse number 3. And I will bless those who bless you, and I will curse those that curse you. And they will bless in you all of the families of earth, meaning all the families of the world will be blessed through you. First, number 3, all the families yours will be blessed through you. Rabbi says many Agadic interpretation on what this phrase means. But this is the simple meaning. A man says to his son, be like Abraham. And similarly, any instance of what their phrase is that there will be blessed through you in Torah. This proves that this is so. By you will bless Israel, saying, "May God make you like Ephraim and Manasseh." Interesting. That's why when we give our children, the boys, a blessing, we say, "Yisimcha Elokim ki Ephraim and Manasseh." God should place you like Ephraim and Manasseh. We don't say like Avraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov. We give a bracha to the girls. You say Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, and Leah. So it's interesting how that's a simple meaning over here.
Also, I'm confused how you could use a bracha, which I imagine was put in place by like rabbinical sources to explain something in the Humash.
Well, here, this is it. Rashi's explaining this. I don't understand it. We have to come back to it. Okay. I don't understand how Ephraim and Manasseh become through you, meaning at first he says, may you be like Abraham, right? A man says to us, right?
Because blessings come through Abraham.
Yeah. Anyway, okay. We're not gonna stop here because it's lengthy. So we got a lot to do. Avram, and Avram went. Kasher diberei love, as he spoke to him, Hashem. And went with him was Lot. Lot is his nephew. His father passed away, and he took care of him. Avram ben Chamesh Shanim, and Avram was 5 years, Vishivim Shana, and 70 years, 75 years, Haran, when he left Haran. Yikach Avram is Sarai. She's not called Sarah yet, right? He took Sarai, Ishtai, his wife, as Lot ben Achiv, and Lot, his brother's son. That's called Rechusham, and all of their wealth, Asher Achashu, that they acquired. As a nefesh Asher Asu b'Charan, and all of the souls that they made in Haran, meaning they made Bali Tshuva. So those Bali Tshuva went with them. And they went to go to the land of Canaan. And they came to the land of Canaan. Yeah? We're good, everybody?
Yes.
Rabbi, I still don't understand why they said 5th year and 70th year separately.
That's how you count in Hebrew. You start with the lower number to the higher number. Right? Why? I don't know.
It's very interesting.
I mean, you're just used to it in English, thinking on it makes more sense the higher number first, right? And the truth is, it's confusing, right? And for me, it's confusing that way, but I don't know. That's a good question. All right. Rashi and 5. Asher also b'Charan, that they made in Haran, meaning what did they make there? Souls. Sheikh Nisum, that they entered Tachas Kamfei Shechina, under the wings of the divine presence. Avram Megayeres Anashim. Avram would convert the men. The Sarah Megayeres is Anashim, and Sarah would convert the women. The verse considers them as if they made them, right? As if they made them. In other words, someone who becomes, you bring closer to Yiddishkeit, it's as if you made them. Bring closer to God as if you made them, right? Because that's what's the asub haram. What do you mean they made them? They made them? Well, that's what the verse is coming to say, right? The simple meaning of the verse refers to avadim v'shvachis, slaves and slave women, shekanu lehem, that they acquired for themselves. K'moshe also eis kol kavod hazeh, like he made amassed all of this wealth. Yisrael loisachayil, Israel was sustained success. Lashon kaine v'kaines. It means acquiring and amassing. Wow. So why does he bring the first explanation if he's saying the simple means just servants? Another question. Lots to understand over here.
Yes.
Yeah, Rabbi,
Where do you understand it?
huh? I don't understand. I have a question. Just a question doesn't mean,
Question needs an answer.
not now. Now we're learning.
When? Not, that's the expression. If not now, when?
At some point, but not now. Because we've got too much to learn here. Right? If we have time, then we go back on and we go and look in the Rebbe Sichos.
Fine.
Okay, V'yaver Avram Baret. It's okay to be left with a question. So you won't sleep so well tonight. That would be good. This bothers you that you can't sleep so well. Okay.
I don't sleep so well anyway, so.
Okay, we don't want to take away from your sleep then. V'yaver Avram Baret, and Avram passed through the land Ad Makom Shechem until he came to Shechem. Shechem. Today it's called Nablus, but it's Shechem.
Oh, really?
Ad Elain Moire. Yes, until Elain on the plain of Moire, the Canaani Azvaretz, and the Canaanites were then in the land. Rashi. V'yaver Avram Baretz, and Avram passed into the land. Nichnas Aseicha, he entered into it. Right? Ad Makom Shechem, until he reached Shechem. Yaakov. Why did he go there? To pray for the sons of Yaakov. Because the sons of Yaakov are going to go battle against Shechem. Remember, because in Shechem they took Dinah, right, and violated her, and then Shimon and Levi did what they did, right?
Yeah.
So here he's going there to pray for them. Okay, Eloi Meire, yes, the plain of Meire, Shechem, which is Shechem. There, when God showed Avram Har Grizim, the Mount Grizim, Har Eval, and the Mount Eval, Shesham Kibul Yisrael, Shuas HaTeirah. They accepted the oath of the Torah there. That's at the end of in Dvorim, Deuteronomy. Canaani Azvaritz, and the Canaanites were then in the land. What does this come to teach us? Right?
Doesn't matter who's there.
The Canaanites, they were in the process of conquering the land of Israel. From the offspring of Shem. Because this portion fell into Shem. Who was Shem?
Shem was the son of Ham.
Noach.
Noach.
Noach had three sons: Shem, Yafes, and Ham. Kanani was the son of Ham,
Okay.
right? But this, right?
Yeah.
Right? Canaan, or not Kanani. Canaan was his name, right?
Okay.
He's the one who told Ham about his father being naked, right?
Yeah.
Grandfather being naked, right?
Walking backwards.
Yeah. Right. So the portion, the land of Canaan, the land of Israel, was in the portion of Shem. Because Noach, remember, the whole world belonged to Noach after the flood.
Yeah.
So he apportioned the earth to his sons. Shenemar says in Malki Tzedek Sholem. Malki Tzedek was a king of Sholem. He was a king of Sholem. Therefore, God said to Avram, to your offspring I will give this land. Also, in the future, you will return it to your children, because they are the offspring of Shem. The Jewish people come from Shem, right? Yafis, the Europeans, Greeks, and so on come from there. Ham actually moved to Africa. Okay. Verse number 7. Yar Hashem is Avram, and Hashem showed to Avram, and he said, Lizarecha to your seed, your descendants, your offspring, and I will give his orders as this land. Right? He's there now in Shechem, right? Even Hashem and and he built there an altar to God, Hanira Elav, that appeared to him. Rashi, even Shamizbeah, for two reasons. Because he said here are two things. He's going to have offspring, right? And he's going to get Eretz Yisrael. So two tidings. that he is giving thanks to God. V'yetak misham, and he moved from there, Hahara, on the mountain, Mikedem, from the east, Beis El, to the house of Kel, Bethel, V'yed Alei, Beis El, and he pitched his tent in Beis El, Miyam, from the west, V'ai Mikedem, and I was to the east. Even Shamizbech, and he built there an altar, La Hashem, to God, V'yikra b'Shem Hashem, and he called in the name of God, invoked the name of God. Rashi in number 8. Yetak Misham, and he relocated from there. Oyhala, his tent.
So did he move his altar or did he make a new altar?
Sounds to me like he made a new one. Sounds to me like he made a new one. Even because he says, Bill, let's go. Well, let's take one Rashi at a time. All right, next Rashi. He carried them in the Beis El, the east to Bethel, Mizrach Beis El, to the east of Bethel. And they would say it is, you find Beis El B'Maravahu, it is to Avram's west. Shenemar Beis El Miyam. Okay. Oy halai, his tent, oy halaksi. It doesn't say oy halai, which means his tent. It's spelled oy hala, her tent. Mitzchila nata, because first he pinches oy halishta, his wife's tent. Achekach shaloi, then his tent.
How does he know that from the
Verse? Because
verse? How does he know that he first built his wife's tent and then his own tent? How does he know that they had two tents and not together in one tent? How does he know that?
because that's what it says. He says, and he pitched her tent.
His tent. It says he built his tent.
No, that's what Rashi just explained. We translated it as his tent, but that's not a proper translation.
What's the translation?
Oy haloi is his tent, but the word doesn't say oy haloi. It says oy halah, her tent.
Oh, I guess, okay.
Got it? That's why it's important.
Got it?
Yeah, no, it's.
Well, I'd say Shimon Leib, and please take this properly. That's just important when we're learning what we're learning. Learn what we're learning, because we just said that in Rashi. We just said that in Rashi, right? What I just told you a moment before that, we said it in Rashi. If we're focused not on what we're learning, but you're focused elsewhere, then we don't get what Rashi's teaching us. So very important that we stay focused. That takes bittul, right? That takes putting myself aside, because I might have a brain that naturally tends to go and drifts. I'm talking about myself, I know, because that's what I do. My brain does that, right? I'm only talking because I know you, because I know myself. I'm teaching, it's hard to drift, right? But I know if I wasn't teaching, it'd be easy to drift. So therefore, I speak to myself at the same time. Okay. So your question now we could get to, right? Viven Shamizbeyach, and he built there an altar. So he says he built there. Oh, the word build means he built. So so could he have taken the stones there and brought the stones with him? Maybe, but I don't think that there's nothing inherent in the stones.
Yeah.
In that time.
Yeah.
It's not like now when in Yerushalayim when it was built, in Yerushalayim there's inherent holiness to it, right? But then there wasn't.
Yeah.
So therefore he built a new altar.
Yeah.
Okay. But he prophesied that his children are destined to stumble there on the sin of Achan. That's in the story of Joshua. Okay. And he prayed for them there. Just to show you, here's a picture Here's Shechem. Here's Jerusalem down here. This is Bethel. Basically, Bethel. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Verse number 9. Moving right along. The Isa Avram, and Avram, Isa means traveled. Avram traveled. Holoich, going, the Nasai, and traveling. It's the same word Nasai, right? Traveled,
Yeah.
right? Hanegba, towards the south. To the south. Okay. Yeah. Rashi. Halach v'nasei, going and traveling. The prakim at intervals. In other words, it was a steady journey. It would have just said travel, right? The fact it says going and traveling means you're going and stopping and traveling. Other than just say you traveled, right? That's what Rashi wants to say the word means. Okay? Or the extra word. In other words, Yeshiv Khan, he would dwell here for a month or more, and then he would travel from there. And then he would pitch his tent in another place. And all the travels were to the south. Israel to go to the south of the land of Israel, and this is towards the direction of Jerusalem, like we showed over here, right? Up here is Shem.
Going southward.
Yeah.
Towards Jerusalem. Or what would be Jerusalem?
Yeah, exactly. Okay. When you finish, call me. What time? You finish? Okay. Malech is let's Israel to go to the south of the land of Israel. Heed inside Jerusalem. That's the direction toward Jerusalem. Yehuda, which is in the portion of the tribe of Yehuda. Israel, that he took a portion of the south of the land of Israel. Har Maria, which is Mount Maria, right? Jerusalem. Shehi Nachalosa, which is his inheritance. Why does Rashi have to say that? I guess Rashi was saying that because why is he going south? Because that towards Jerusalem. Why is that important that it's the portion of Yehuda in particular? That Rashi has to tell us that? Just tell him he went towards Jerusalem. We understand that. I don't know. Good question. I don't know if it's a good question. That's a question. Okay. And there was a famine in the land. And Avram went to Egypt, Lagor Sham, to dwell there, because it was very heavy, the famine Baritz in the land of Canaan. Rashi Baritz was a famine in the land. In that land alone. Because it says Ba'aretz, in the land. Not Be'aretz, which you say in the land, instead inland.
Yeah.
Right? Which
specifically referring to one land.
Exactly. Not so. Why so? So Rashi says because it was a test. God was testing him. This is one of his 10 tests that he had. Right? If he's going to question the words of God. The God told him to go to the land of Canaan. Now he advises him, let's say, that he should leave it. So like, God, what'd you bring me to this land for, right?
Yeah.
So he didn't question God. He passed the test. And it was when he got close, Lovai to come, Mitzrayim to Egypt, and he said to Sarah, his wife, what did he say? Hine, behold, now I know. Ki isha yafas mara'at, that you are a beautiful woman. He translates Mara is a complexion. He translates over here. Okay.
Kind of a random time to say that.
Well, let's see Rashi. Good question. Yeah. What's going on over here? All of a sudden. You didn't know before. Behold, now I know. Midrash Agada, the Agada The Midrash says, Ad Akshav, until now, lo hikirba, he didn't notice the quality of her beauty. It takes because they were very modest. There was great modesty between them. Akshav hikirba, but now he recognized the quality. Ayidei Maisa through an incident.
What was the incident?
Avram saw
Rashi talks about.
no. Avram saw Sarah's reflection in the river, the Nile River, and it was shining like the sun. So, wow. That's the first explanation. Second explanation. Minhag ha'olam, it was the way of the world. That the difficulties, the strain of traveling, Adam mizbazen, a person becomes unsightly. But Sarah, she remained beautiful despite the journey. Pshuta shel mikra, third explanation, and Rashi says, interestingly, this is the simple meaning.
Yeah.
And yet he gives it as a third explanation, which obviously is a question, right? Now behold, has come the time. I have to be concerned about your beauty. I know. For many days, for a long time, your beauty. That you are beautiful in appearance. But now that we're coming, we're coming become uncouth and ugly people. That the brothers of the Kushites, they're not accustomed to a beautiful woman, but and similar to no, similar to my lords, please turn about, please.
Sort of relative.
It's relative, and we're coming to they're not good, nice people, not good people. Okay. And it will be when they will see you, Hamitzrim, the Egyptians. By the way, the third explanation kind of makes sense because look at the next verse, right? The next verse is saying what? Then when they will see you, the Egyptians, va'omru ishtei zayis, right? And they will say, "This is your wife." See, and they're going to kill me. Because they're going to want to have you, so they're going to kill me. So that makes sense now why in the previous verse, Rashi said, now it's your beauty has application.
Yeah.
Right? In real time, in real life,
Yeah.
because these uncouth people are going to see you and they're going to want to kill me.
Yeah.
Right? So the question still remains, why does Rashi give that as a third explanation? And not only that, why is that not the only explanation based on the verse, this verse over here? Good question. Got it?
The other thing that that he doesn't mention is the fact that if it's one thing if she's his wife, and another thing that she's his sister.
Well, first of all, whoa.
What?
Well, we didn't get there. Why are you?
Well, he
Shimon?
said-
No, we're not. We're in verse 12. We're in verse 12. Where are you? We're in verse 12.
Well, it says in verse 12, this is his wife. Oh, they'll kill me. Then they dig up the sister until you get the next verse. Okay, go on.
Shimon Levi, you're ahead of your times, but live with the times, not ahead of your times.
Okay.
The verse 13, Imrina, please say, that you're my sister, Lamani Tabli, in order that you do good for me, Bavarech, because of you. And I will live because of you. And I will live because of you. Rashi, Lamani Tabli, Bavarech, so give me gifts. Here's another question. Well, he's thinking about the benefit. What's going on over here?
And why are they going to be nice to him just because he says that it's his sister? Is it like
right. Okay.
She's a sister. They won't kill him. They won't bother with
Yeah,
him.
but why should he
But
get gifts because of it?
They could still take her as a wife.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, maybe they're
They
trying
could
to
take her as a
favor.
wife, and
And then he'll get gifts for that.
He, in a sense, he's putting her at risk in
Yeah.
order to save himself.
Right. Well, yeah, in a sense.
I mean, that's sort of a
Or yeah,
possibility.
maybe they'll like give him gifts and he can kind of bring them along.
That could happen also, they could give him gifts, but. You know, they could also, they wouldn't necessarily kill him if, in order to take the wife, take his wife.
Yeah,
If she's a sister as opposed to his wife,
yeah, that's what it seems.
because as a wife, she belongs to him.
Yeah,
As a sister, she doesn't really belong to him.
yeah,
Right.
So,
he's just walking over
like, almost like, I hate to say it, but, you're in
Saudi
trouble,
Arabia.
so you're in trouble, you know? Take your wife, put your wife in front of you, that would be terrible. In today's world, that would be a cause for
So,
divorce.
okay. So Rashi said, the last Rashi, right? That they will be good with me, meaning giving gifts, right? So the Rebbe asks, Sicha, how could it be that Avram should request from Sarah to put herself into danger in order that he should get gifts? So the Zohar says that in the merit of a woman, the man gets money, all good things. So Avram wanted to use this opportunity, right? That he was dependent on her merit, on Sarah's merit, that they will not be able to do anything, they're not to be able to touch her for evil, to do anything, against her, right? That's what the Zohar says, right? The man's merit financially comes through his wife. So he wanted to use out this opportunity, right? Knowing that they won't be able to abuse her in any negative way, that he could get, right? But the Rebbe says seemingly it's not a good enough explanation.
What's he say? The Rebbe say?
The Rebbe asks on the Zohar, right? He says that how is this a good enough explanation? That Avram knows that the merit of Sarah is great. She's a tzaddikus, right? She's righteous. And that no evil harm can come to her, right? But in the end, the very fact, right, and what happened is that Sarah did end up in the house of Pharaoh, right? That's a negative thing, not something you want, right? How's it possible that Avram causes such a situation in order to get gifts? In other words, in the end, Pharaoh didn't touch her, right? He didn't touch her. He got Taras. He got
Because God interfered.
right. But that's not the question. The very fact that she went into Pharaoh's palace, that itself is a negative thing. So for that, he's asking for gifts, even though he knows that her merit, nothing can happen to her.
Yeah.
Right.
You mean, Abraham asked Pharaoh for gifts?
He didn't ask.
He actually
Yes.
asked or he received?
Oh, look at the verse what we just said. What did he say to Sarah? Say you're my sister in order that it will be good for me,
Get gifts.
that he'll get gifts. So in other words, he knows her merit, that she's a righteous person. And a righteous person, nothing can happen to them nothing can happen to them. God protects them, right? Unless they allow it to happen. That's what a righteous person is, right? That's a different story, right? Right. That's the different. We'll go there now. So he knows that she's got the merit that nothing evil, nothing negative will happen. But the fact is, she went into the Pharaoh's house. Yes, he didn't touch her, right? But in the end, that's a negative thing. So for that, you want to get gifts, like to put her into that position?
Yeah.
So the Rebbe explains. God commanded Avram to go to the land, and he blessed him. Then I'm going to make you into a great nation, and I bless you, and your name's going to be great. Rashi explains that I'm going to bless you means in wealth, right? Therefore, when Avram saw the possibility that in a natural way this blessing could be fulfilled, how? By sort of saying that you are my sister, and because of that, I will be able to use this opportunity. I'm going to use this opportunity to gain the wealth in a natural means. That's right. That's what. But the Rebbe says you could still ask on that. You with me?
Rabbi said what?
Are you guys? Are you with? Come closer. I don't bite. I'm a godly person, not a dog person.
So the Rebbe's saying that based on like the fact that God had said, "I will bless you," that Abraham or Abraham at this point just sort of had like this sense of like, "Oh, this is a way that I can."
God gave me the blessing.
Yeah.
And let it come. It's going to come if it can come through natural means.
Yeah.
So let it come through. Here's an opportunity. Others, he saw this as the opportunity. Look, imagine you're leaving because there's a famine. You're not complaining about that. You're coming down. Not only that, you're seeing opportunity here, not a problem.
Yeah.
Right? His wife is beautiful, and he's seeing from that whatever, he's not seeing the negativity that can happen from it, but he can see the opportunity that God's blessings can now come. Whoa, that's amazing to be able to see it that way. But the Rebbe still asks on that. You with me?
Yeah. That can be.
Whoa. If you're with me, then just pay attention right now. Okay. No. Not yet, because I gotta get this. I'm doing this out on the run. Okay. But still, the question is, that's good on your stead. That you're seeing this as an opportunity that God's blessings that God gave you can come in a natural means.
Yeah.
But don't put Sarah into a difficult position because of that. That's still a question, right? So therefore, we can say
Today's world would be an excuse for divorce.
that's why the Zohar says that the blessing of money, of livelihood, is in the merit of one's wife.
It's in the merit of
One's wife. That's explaining the reason why Avram asked from Sarah to go to Beis Parai. Because that would be the only way in a natural means that this blessing of God should become to fruition. Remember, there's a famine. So it means like that, if anything, they're not only not blessed with wealth, they're blessed with the opposite. But he realizes that God's blessing is going to come. It's going to come through my wife. So yes, it's something that's putting her in a
dangerous situation.
Not dangerous, not a good. No, it's not dangerous because nothing will happen to her. No evil will happen to her, right?
And he knew that. He knew no evil would happen.
He knows that she's a righteous person, right?
I don't know if he.
Yes.
I don't know if he knew, but he certainly believed. He believed that no evil would happen to him because he believed in God.
Yeah.
So this was the only way in a natural manner that God's blessing should be coming, especially at such a time, right? Where there's a famine, and they're journeying, which means you lose money, you don't gain money, right? So therefore, they're right. So the Rebbe says we can learn from this in our divine service, according to the Zohar, that Avram and Sarah are like a body and soul. They're like one entity. Sarah went, right? Sarah is the body, Avram is the soul, right? So marriage is really like you're one entity. Just like we are a body and soul is one entity, right? That the completion.
You and your wife, I mean?
You and your wife are one entity. Like a body and a soul is one entity, right? The man is the soul, the woman is the body.
What about you and us?
We're not one entity.
Well, we are. Jewish people are one entity,
Yeah.
but that's a. Shimon Leib, can we remain focused, please?
I am focused. You're
Right.
misinterpreting.
No, I'm. Oh, no, yeah, so
Busy tomorrow,
So-
don't worry.
no, I love having you here. It challenges me. Challenges me to challenge you. So, and the whole purpose is a soul to come into the body, right? In order to refine the body, right? So that's what she went into Pharaoh. That's the body that's being refined, that being by the soul, Abraham, bringing the body into a place and it needs to be refined. How's it refined? By bringing out that from there, they got money, they got wealth from it. Because of her, they got wealth from it, right? And that's the point, is that you come into this material physical world in order that you have things in order to refine those things and to bring them closer to God. And that's the only way you come to your completion.
So he was really sending himself into Pharaoh's.
Yeah,
In a
because well,
sense.
I mean, he feels that they're one entity. They're not like, exactly.
But that principle applies to today, that a man's blessings come through his
Okay.
wife.
Yeah, of course, absolutely.
Okay.
All right, folks. See you in a few moments
That's
in.
exactly what happens to me. You look at, when you look at, people who are married and connected as versus people who aren't.
All right, amazing. Thank you for